Hello, hello everyone. I just wanted to make a quick um, a video, sort of in response to Luddite Romantic, but sort of in response to the whole racism, immigration uh, thing that's going on right now. Um, I but mainly I'm going to be drawing from his video for topic material, Luddite Romantic's video that is. Um, and so I'm going to post this as a response to that video. Uh, I think the video was about, um, it was about fringe elements being still being racist, even though Leto Romantic, had thought for a minute that maybe he wasn't racist. I'm not, you know, I don't think I'm actually going to disagree with you, Luddite, on most of what you said in the video. Um, I actually don't think that anything that is going on is, um, as you put it, good old fashioned racism. And I don't think that any of the the anti-statists are trying to be racist or are uh, saying what they're saying because they're racist. Um, I actually don't think that's what's going on. I think what's going on is that uh, they're trying to be consistent. You know, they're trying to be consistent um, with their anti-statist beliefs, right? And I'm not going to criticize that. I'm not going to criticize their motivation. That is, I don't think that they're trying to be racist. Um, I think they're trying to be consistent. And as we can see, there are different. If you watch, for example, Stargazer's most recent video, where he disagrees with Spock um, about virtually all this, we can see there's disagreement, right, about how exactly to be consistent with anti-statist libertarian thinking on this issue. It's not cut and dry. Um, so I think that's what's going on. I don't think that anyone is, being I mean, one might interpret what they're saying as racist, as you do. That's fine. I don't think that that's their motivation. I don't think they're saying any of this because they're racist. They just hate black people, uh, or hate Mexicans. I just think they're trying to be consistent, and I'm okay with that. Uh, Another thing I wanted to point out is that I also don't think you mentioned this issue about one of the things you brought up and sort of focused on in your video was that they say uh, things that are different are not equal, right? Um, and I agree with you. I do agree with you that this is a mistake. This is a sort of a silly thing to say. But again, I disagree with you that they're saying it because they're racist, right? I'm trying to be charitable here, and I genuinely don't think that any of these guys are just flat out racists. Maybe they are. I don't know. Maybe I'm being too generous. I don't know. But I don't. I genuinely don't believe that they're racist. And my explanation for this particular mistake of making the claim that things that are different are inherently not equal is just a philosophical mistake about language. I think what they're doing is equivocating uh, the words equal and identical. Um, because if they said things that are different are not identical, then obviously that'd be correct, because that would that would just that's what identical means, is that it's not different, it's the exact same thing, right? And we can only say, if we're talking if we want to get serious about it, we would have to say that um, anything that is not one and the same thing, right? So any two things are different, right? Um, if two thing if we say about two things that they are two things, those two things have to be different, um, and not identical. Because if they were identical, it'd be one and the same thing in a philosophical sense. Uh, if even if two things are exactly the same in every way, or in every discernible way, if they're two things, they cannot be the same in one way, and that is that they would have to, for example, occupy different space, right? You couldn't have two things occupying exactly the same physical space, because then it would be one thing. And so, I think that's one way of interpreting the mistake, is that they're equating these two terms that don't mean the same thing. Equal is not the same as identical. Equal, as you pointed out, does not mean identical. Equal can mean a number of different things. We can mean, again, as you pointed out, equality under the law, equality in value, equality before God, etc., etc. All these things can be meant by the word equality. Things that are different can be equal, as you pointed out with your economic examples. Things that are different can be numerically equal, right? So if I have a group of 10 apples and a group of 10 oranges, numerically those two groups are equal. Now they're unequal in other respects. Maybe, for example, in how tasty they are to a given person, or how much money they're worth at during a given season. When apples are in season, maybe, I don't know how it works really. I'm not an economist, but things like that. So again, I'll just wrap up by saying I don't believe that they said things that are different are inherently unequal because they're racist. I don't believe that. I think that they were just making a philosophical mistake and equating two terms, namely identity and equality, that don't mean the same thing. So those are some of my thoughts. If you have any responses, or if Spock or Fringe Elements or anyone has any responses, I'd be happy to hear them. But that's sort of my take on the situation. Thanks.